Hi everybody, this is Lara from Lara Iriarte Wave with your daily update for Bitcoin, Ethereum and XRP. Running through these real quick because I want to look at some commitment of traders information. Bitcoin still hasn't made a new low, it's just going sideways. I still expect it's most likely to make a new low, and I'm expecting 19,500. In order for that view to change, I need to see a high above 30,206.08 for reasonable confidence, but initially a breach of this channel, a full candlestick above this trend line, this downward sloping line here above and not touching that trend line, would make me change that view to it's in the next bull run. I expect the next bull run for Bitcoin is going to be really strong. No change in the volume profile, no new signal, no new range for on-balance volume. The last signal was bearish, that's had follow through, so now I wait to see a new range form. I draw support and resistance and wait for a breakout for a signal. ADX is now indicating the trend is extreme, but not nearly as extreme as it can get for this market. There is slight single bullish divergence between price and RSI, while RSI is fairly deeply oversold. So if the low isn't in, I do expect one final low. I expect the low to come sooner rather than later, hopefully this week, maybe next week. No change from money flow. Ethereum Elliott wave count sees it in the early stage of a third wave at primary degree. What is that doing up there? Within intermediate wave 1, I have minor 1, 2, and minute 1, 2, minute 2 to move a little bit lower to find support at this trend line. This is a base channel drawn from this low to this low with a copy on this high. This is a base channel around minor 1 and 2. Base channels often, not always, provide support or resistance for lower degree second waves on the side opposite to the trend. Minute 2 may not move beyond the start of 1 below 1074.4. On the daily chart, here's the structure of minute 2, a zigzag. 5-wave impulse for A, expanded flat for B, impulse for C incomplete. 4 could be over here, subminuet 4, it could be moving sideways as a triangle, but so far it looks most likely to be over here, and 5 a little bit weaker than 3 to find support at this trend line. Technicals for Ethereum haven't changed, but now we've got a pivot developed here. I will notice there's bullish divergence between closing prices here and RSI. Price is finding resistance at the lower edge of this channel. From support, I expect 1360. The volume profile hasn't changed. Volume declines as price moves sideways in a consolidation. The last signal from on-balance volume for Ethereum was bearish. That's had a lot of follow-through, so no new signal because there's no new range to draw support and resistance. For Ethereum, the downward trend is now very extreme. It's above 45, the ADX line's above 45 and above both DX lines. So if the low isn't in, I expect it's going to come really soon for Ethereum. One final low. Here's that bullish divergence between price and RSI. No change for money flow. XRP's wave counts essentially mostly the same. Primary 1, primary 2, primary 3 within cycle 3 underway, with intermediate 1 incomplete. Minor 1 a leading expanding diagonal. Minor 2 to reach down to a more normal depth from 80 to 90% the depth of minor 1, so 0.40954 to 0.34447. I think 40 cents is most likely for XRP. This downward pullback I expect is a double zigzag, W, X, Y with A, B, C. B could be over here. It could be continuing sideways as a triangle as well. It looks like a little pennant pattern is forming for XRP. A target calculated from the flagpole, if we take the flagpole from this high to this low and deduct that distance from the breakout point here, 0.5114, would give us a target at 29 cents. I think that's far too low for XRP, and there's strong support at 40 cents. But what we can take from this pennant pattern is pennants and flags are reliable continuation patterns. So price moved into the pattern downwards, and I will expect it to move out of the pattern downwards. Pennants and flags are normally corresponding with declining volume. That's what we see here. XRP also has a nice little range for on-balance volume. Doesn't have good technical significance yet, but it is developing a range, so I'm drawing resistance in yellow and support in purple. I'll wait for a breakout for a signal. There is still a downward trend. It's quite a long ways from extreme for XRP. No divergence between price and RSI. Single bullish divergence between price and money flow at the low. This is the all-time high for Bitcoin on the 10th of November 2021. Let's look and see what the large speculators were doing, the smart money. On that date, open interest was at its highest. It seems to follow volume and price. The thing I did note, though, from the COT report for that week was the shorts had declined for leveraged funds and the long positions had increased. So that's happened at a high. That's the opposite of what you should be doing at a high. So I don't know that that's going to be particularly interesting. I see this divergence between a decline in short positions and an increase in long positions on one other point on this chart, and that's associated with this point. This is a high of 7th of September, and it was before a low. This is a pullback within an ongoing bull market. So at this point here, the smart money had decreased their shorts and increased their longs. So blue is short and green is long. And they did that here right before a pullback. So the smart money is doing the opposite of what smart money should be doing. Let's have a look at lows and see if this data is going to be helpful for lows. I'm going to look at this low. Here's the last major swing low, 21st of November 2022. This is the end of a year-long bear market. And I see the same thing on the COT report here for the 11th of October. So let's look and see what we find. So here is that major low for price, 9th of November. Well, this is the report for the 9th of November. They increased their shorts and decreased their longs at a low. So that's again the opposite of what you would expect the smart money to be doing. They did the same thing again here. They increased shorts and decreased long positions, which was this point here. They increased shorts and decreased long positions right before some upward movement. So I'm going to keep studying these COT reports, but so far I am not sure that it's going to be particularly useful, and the smart money would be leveraged funds. That's it from me today with your update for Bitcoin, Ethereum and XRP. I hope everyone had an awesome weekend, and I hope you're all looking forward to a very productive week.